I wanted to ask you कि पहले जो आपका early काम था, I'm saying like 40 years ago, the the sculptural series on painting, which is paintings which are more like sculptures, and which had very some of the figures were quite horrifying, monumental, big, you know, and slowly we see a transformation happening, you know, in the recent work, which is more.
I think since my father and mother was married in Hampi,
Mhm.
and I was conceived
Mhm.
in Hampi caves, I have some feeling that Hampi is huge rocks around,
Mhm.
huge monuments around. You see Hampi,
Mhm.
around the cave there are huge sculptural
Mhm.
boulders, big, huge
Mhm.
rocks.
Mhm.
So I think it must be some kind of impression from there,
Mhm.
subconscious impression inside me.
Interesting, yeah.
So I have that feeling now. I have observed that because when I in the beginning I was when I was looking at the life,
Mhm.
uh, it was also not so illustrative.
Mhm.
That part, that time when I was painting, that time also
Mhm.
there was some kind of question
Mhm. Sure, yeah.
on human being,
Mhm.
on myself.
Yeah,
There was a painting, a rock, you see,
yeah.
on the air. That is with that is with Airport Authority of India. A rock
Mhm.
turning into male and female and flying in the air.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that flight was basically inside me from the very beginning because of
Right.
maybe because of sanskaras, because of my background.
Yeah.
So it was questioning outside. Now I am questioning inside.
Yeah.
This is the difference.
Yeah. सो मुझे बताओ कि हिस्ट्री में कभी किसी ने ऐसे उपनिषद और वेदास को पेंटिंग में कन्वर्ट करने का ट्राई किया है क्या?
नहीं, एक्चुअली क्या है कि वो हो नहीं सकता उस ढंग से.
हाँ हाँ.
मेरे ख्याल तो नहीं किया. I think the only person who is trying to do this. अगर इसको आप कॉन्शियस एफर्ट से,
हाँ हाँ.
कोई भी आर्टिस्ट कॉन्शियस एफर्ट से करने की कोशिश करे
हम्म.
तो वो सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो सकता. उसका रीज़न यह है कि one has to live that kind of life.
हाँ हाँ.
If you live that kind of life
Yeah.
in mountains along with swamis and rishis,
Mhm.
then that life, that way of thinking gets into your system
Right. Mhm.
and the thinking changes. Then you start looking at a very different way altogether.
Yeah.
That emerges from your side, from your inside on
Yeah.
paintings.
Mhm.
If you live that kind of, because I'm living that kind of life for the last 15, 18 years in Himachal Pradesh.
हाँ हाँ.
So I'm living with such kind of people.
Mhm.
So I discuss only that
Mhm.
with intellectuals, great intellectuals which are into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And those people who are living this kind of life. So I have tried to live this kind of life with them.
Mhm.
Then the whole idea and thoughts, their great imagination got transformed into my system. And then naturally, whatever I do, then I feel that this is from so and so Upanishad.
Mhm.
So that naturally gets transformed into work of art.
So that's the difference between illustration.
That's
And-
what the difference in between illustration.
And
Illustration is a conscious effort,
Uh-huh. Mhm.
where this kind of is an unconscious effort.
Yeah.
You go into your system,
Yeah.
look at inside,
Mhm.
where system is already full of thoughts, wisdom,
Mhm.
and then you throw those thoughts and wisdom onto
Yeah.
the canvas of art.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a
Yeah.
unconscious way of expressing on canvas. If it is a conscious way of expressing on canvas, that becomes illustration. This is what the difference is, what I think.
Yeah, yeah. So many times after you have made the paintings, you must be discovering that it is close to so and so shlok in
This is what
Upanishad.
has happened actually.
Yeah.
Because when I listen to Mundaka Upanishad, it says, there is a mantra, it says that every human being has two birds inside him. One is Drashta and one is Bhukta. Drashta is who looks at, look watching. Drashta is watching. And Bhukta is who goes on eating fruits, mangoes, and another personality. There are two personalities inside you. Like you do anything in this world, you every time think that I am doing this bad, this is bad, I am doing this. Another bird inside you which is watching you.
Yeah.
So I made a painting of a human being emerging of it from a tree, because human being is patterned like a tree.
Yeah.
It grows like a tree, it gets young like a tree, it gets old like a tree, and it dies like a tree, you see. He has two faculties inside him, two thoughts inside him. That one is Bhukta and one is Drashta. So when I had heard this, but I forgot it. When I was on a canvas, and naturally those images started emerging. In a very natural process. You don't know what you are doing while painting. You throw canvas, you throw colors, you start doodling, you draw lines, then you see from a conscious effort that the emerging something. So you go on developing that. This is how it is, the process is. Then after you finish it, then you think, oh, this is related to so-and-so Upanishad, so-and-so Shloka. This is what I heard. So this is how it is done. This is the difference between illustration and the art. Like it says, one of the thoughts in Upanishad, it says that the world is nothing, a mere vibration of consciousness in space. So it says that the whole flat surface, the Akasha, if you put Akasha in front of you, the flat surface in front of the Akasha, if you put some dot in Akasha, immediately the volume, it creates volume, and the meaning of negative positive space emerges. This is in Upanishads, long thousands of years they said this. So which now artists are doing in art.
Correct.
So then I made some paintings on that also, that beyond time and space, one or two paintings. So this is what I'm trying to do. And this is search, it's a great search, I think. So my purpose of life is ultimately to that there should be some kind of a museum where one could keep these paintings for art lovers or those who are interested in art. Could see them, paintings, and it may transform them. Because nobody reads Upanishad, nobody reads ancient texts.
How many paintings do you have by now which actually deals with
I think I must be having around 40, 50 paintings, not much. 40 paintings, some drawings. Not much. Lot to do. Because you see, I stopped selling paintings now. Selling is not criteria. Making money is not my criteria now. My criteria is that I want to do this, and there should be some support so that I can carry on with this. And that whole body of work becomes the body who supports it. He owns it. Then he makes a museum. That is my dream. That's what I want to do.
Dharamshala studio can be a good museum as well. first
It
floor.
can be, it doesn't have much space. It
Yeah.
can be, it will,
Yeah.
you can keep at least 4 or 5 and not more than that.
Yeah.
You see?
One whole floor can take enough paintings.
No,
Yeah.
not really.
Mm.
Then even one has to have real wall space.
Mm.
Museum, you have to design a museum accordingly.
Yeah.
One has to design a museum
Yeah.
where you can really have proper
Yeah.
lighting, proper
Yeah.
wall spaces, proper breathing spaces.
So tell me, other thing I want to ask is, Western art, you went to the College of Art in Delhi and you learned oil painting, which is essentially something that came down to us from the Britishers, you know. Your father, my grandfather, he was also learned from the Britishers the tradition of oil painting, which we have embraced, you know, and today you are actually depicting the deepest Indian things, you know, through acrylic and oils, and a tradition which actually wasn't really ours, in the sense it wasn't folk art, or it wasn't, you know, it wasn't rooted, you know, it didn't emerge from our culture.
No, you're wrong here.
Mm-hmm.
You see, only the medium. You see, here in India, there was a tempera.
Mm-hmm.
People used to use tempera colors. People used to do dye colors.
Mm-hmm.
If you see our miniature painting, they are marvelous.
Mm-hmm.
So it is only the medium
Mm-hmm.
which are using now. Modern medium we are using, acrylic we are using. They are more.
Mm-hmm.
It has more age.
Yeah.
Better canvases.
Mm-hmm.
So all these things have developed.
Mm-hmm.
You are taking my interview because you have a camera.
Mm-hmm.
You see.
Mm-hmm.
So everything has developed.
Mm-hmm.
Only, even if you talk of sensibilities,
Mm-hmm.
I think, I'm not sure, but I think all our sensibilities, which are in our miniature paintings,
Mm-hmm.
have gone to West.
Mm-hmm.
In West, they say, create dimension through flat surfaces.
Yeah.
They say it.
Correct.
They say that we create dimension through flat surfaces.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in our miniature painting, they have created dimension and environment through flat surfaces.
Yeah.
Much, thousands of years back, hundreds
Yeah.
of years back.
Yeah.
They have taken from India.
Yeah.
India is much richer in art also.
Mm-hmm.
Only the medium expression.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't matter. Everybody takes medium
Mm-hmm.
expression, latest medium expression. That's what I am doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time now
Mm-hmm.
to make dye colors and then paint with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Tell me, in the Indian art scene, do you see other artists जो आपकी तरह अंतर्मुखी हैं एक तरह से, या हो गए जिंदगी में, जिन्होंने, who I would say, is there a tradition that is there that you can identify with, or are there artists that you feel have something in their work that you like and you
There are,
Yeah.
very few,
Hmm.
very few.
like who?
I can't tell you, but there are very
Yeah.
few. Some
Yeah.
of their works like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, some of the works. Yeah.
Like that.
So it's a very lonely journey, really.
It's a lonely journey.
Yeah.
Lonely journey. It's a lonely journey because
Even critics are not attracted by such. Even critics, art critics, they don't seem to be attracted by such ideas to do with Indian philosophy and
you see, if they call it idea,
Mhm.
then they are not attracted.
Uh-huh.
If you call it emerging those thoughts and wisdom through some artist,
Yeah,
then it's not an idea.
yeah,
Idea is conscious effort.
right, right.
there's a difference. And then you see in critics world also, for last so many years I've done so many shows and they have accepted me. It's not that they have not accepted me. If I talk about this, most important critics of the country have accepted me. It's not that they have not accepted me. Even artists have accepted me.
So critics do understand.
They understand. There were. Now there's no hardly any critics. Now the whole thing has become very commercial. One has to have the experience to understand an artist also.
Chalo, very, very good. We'll close with this for now.
Very good.
Thank you.